Hello everyone, how y'all doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. I'm Philip, also known as PS. Welcome to the Demoscene Report of 15th of May 2024, where I go through all of the latest news and releases from the active demo scene and present them to you here in a summary that you can share with your friends that might be interested in this digital culture that we have. Everything that I talk about will be listed on the description below here on the video, so you can check them out. And if you have the real hardware, preferably run the demos on real hardware as they were meant to be seen. So let's take a look at the different things that were released during this week and some things that I might have missed from the past. And I'm going to start exactly with that. Flashback is a podcast is released somehow monthly. Actually, it's sporadically whenever they feel like doing a new episode, and in 21st of April there was a new one that came out, so check that out if you like demo scene music. Then we had the GemTos demo party happening in France, dedicated to Atari. A few competitions were held in place, most of them themed based, and some results started to show up. There was a track music compo that was won by Modmate, game compo also that was won by Treasure Quest of Fate ST. They had a fanzine competition, which was won by Tos te jure tu m'intéresses by Eric Carnan, Kawik Boy, and Papi CPC, and the Cyberpaint Deluxe Paint animation won by AD of MPS. So a nice little Atari party happening in France. Few other things that happened. Unspoken by Stardust got a final version released. This was released at Multimatograph a few weeks ago on the 13th of April, it says right there. The version was not available, it had some bugs and things like that. They were working on it for the last few weeks. Finally came out. A lot of public high acclaim, best demo release on the ZX Spectrum for this year so far. Really solid banger, so check it out if you haven't already. Preferably running on a real computer, because you can do that now. Then there were a few releases for the Commodore 64 by some Petsky artists, some Petsky artwork by Clayboy which looked pretty cool. I can actually zoom in on this. Some more Petsky artwork, a little intro by the Cracking Tomatoes. And then there was a music release by the Hooligan that also came out, available on his Bandcamp. Balls of Steel Part 3. More things. FairLight TV has regular YouTube videos about the Commodore 64. Baku's talking about all things FairLight and Commodore 64 cracking, and he did this video dedicated to the C64 Fastloaders. So if you want to know more about them, check this video out. There was also in Sweden Thulindata 2 report by Istari, a small gathering that they went to and decided to make an intro about it with a very cool old school flavor in it. Then we had the AMSCII competition being organized by Logiker, and they invite you to participate. So if you like to make text art for the AMSCII CPC, this is the competition for you to submit. I think it's open until the end of the month, so you still have some time to do some entries. So make more text art for the CPC, please. Then we had a couple of demo parties, both of them happening in the Netherlands. Outline dedicated originally to the Atari, but also accepts productions from other platforms. So nowadays it's a multi-platform party. They had a lot of size competitions, of size coding competitions as well. The 128-byte new school competition, where you have MS-DOS and fantasy console stuff. 7th place Mini Farian. In 6th place 128 bytes of Party in the Bottle by Oak. 5th place to a little birthday cake there by Pellicus. 3D Plasmosis by Plex got 4th place for DOS. Also for DOS, Azurit 64 bytes by Helmut of Desire. 2nd place, Lonely Hallways by Plex. And the winner was Atlantis Rising by Marquee Design, veterans in the size coding scene. This one made for the Macro W8, which uses WebAssembler for those who don't know. Then on the old school side of things, we had a third place for the Atari Lynx by 42 Bastion, second place for the Atari 8-bit by F-Ready, and the winner was B Fish B Square by Blossom of Marquee Design for the ZX Spectrum. 256 bytes, double the bytes allowed, triple the excitement. I got rigged on this competition. I shouldn't have gotten last place with my masterpiece. Some people just don't understand art. In 8th place, the Watcher got 8th place. 7th place, Twist and Flow by JJ Lombard, his first entry, I believe. In 6th place, Road to Solitude by Dresden Boy for the Micro W8. Stormy Touch by Plex in 5th place. Can't even hide the cursor. I hid the cursor. I had music. This did not have music. This did not have cursor. People just don't know how to evaluate art. Shared 3rd place, BB, the Outline Fractal by Abaddon for the MS-DOS, and also Trapped in Flight by Plex of Bion FX. 2nd place, Bouncing Core by Pellicus, the legendary, always getting 2nd place. Italian strikes again with another 2nd place, with another Ray Marching scene for the TIC 80. And then the winner of the 256 byte intro for the new school category at Outline was Encounter by Ilmanit, and he also made a making of this little entry showing the different steps, so I highly recommend you checking that out as well. Moving on to the old school category of 256 bytes, 4th place goes to 42 Bastion, 3rd place Cosmic Fish by Dieter for the Apple II, then Dancing Blobs also by Dieter for the Apple II, and the winner Merge by F-Ready for the Atari 8-bit. So congratulations on those entries. Since Outline is originally an Atari-based party, they also have an Atari ST graphics competition. 6th place to Little Things by Exoset. Gribno by Error, based on AI stuff, but showing the steps of different cleanups that he did throughout the image, got 5th place. In 4th place, Piratatari by Reinoa of Mayhem. In 2nd place, sharing the 2nd place, Abandoning the Known by Critical of Sweet 16. Amazing pixel art entry by Critical as usual. And What's a Good Boy by Far of Flex and Loonies. Also a really cool image. And then in 1st place, Facet or Bonsai Genesis Project and Lemon won with Banshee and with an amazing artwork as well. Congratulations, Facet, really good graphics competition at Outline this year. Then we move on to the demo for the new school competitions, where most entries were sent to. And 10 by Sigurd got 12th place. I think it's a Farian Maker entry. Demo New School by Tubes by DLG Crew got 11th place with an entry celebrating the Demoscene logo group. We and Chill by Funny Curly Fat Code Factory was a very nice little Wii demo. We don't see many demos for the Wii. This one had very nice pastel colors, very fitting music. Was expecting it to rank a bit higher actually. Really cool to see one more demo for the Wii. I have to copy it to my SD card to see it on the real hardware. In 9th place, Turbo Genesis by Guild Drop Demoscene All Stars, Scrabble and Fam doing another entry using Scratch, I think it's Scratch. Then there was a little mocap fast demo made by Aldroid Beetle and Data called Aurora, released for the Mac OS. Subbing Death by Attention Horror with this very known tunnel that everybody was like, why do they have a tunnel with bass and a lot of shit? Why is there a sewer tunnel? What a scene in the demo. Anyways, Subbing Death by Attention Horror getting 7th place. 5th place, very stylish demo by Easing Expo Out by CSI of Taiwan, and Inchoate of Copernicon also sharing 5th place with another banger demo. Everybody Wants to Crank the World by Nausk. I think it's the first demo for the Playdate, which is this little handheld console that you can see here, which features a special crank that you can use for some games and interactive systems. And I actually saw the guy from Nausk posting about GDC talk about the creator of the playdate talking about the difficulties that they had creating the playdate. So the circle goes around, and I now understand why Aras was posting about that. Was because he was interested in the playdate. He had one and he was planning to make a demo for it. So really cool see, and I was waiting for the moment where they would use the damn crank for any of the demos, and it was at the final part where there was an interactive thing that you can control the timeline of the demo with the crank. So well done, good use of the hardware, good job Nesnausk, and probably world first for the playdate, making a demo there. Then we had a very cool demo by Tea Drinker as well, Goodbye Dream, very stylish. He reused the same lines, vacant bodies, technology that he has used in the past, but added a few new things to it. Really cool, stylish demo. Second place, U-Bender by Team 210, and very good colors on this one. The scenes were also good, but I think it really shined on the palettes that it used, like changing the palettes all the time, and all of them really looking very solid. So well done, good demo. And the first place was Wandere Wereld by Tripan, which was actually an 80s Dutch science program hosted by this guy Kriet Titular, which is also highly mentioned during the demo. And it was also cool to see Sagacity back into making demos after 22 years. Welcome back, Sagacity. You were never gone, but nice to see you again. And yeah, really cool demo by Tripan. They had already won last year with Fanta, which was a really cool demo. This one was pretty solid demo as well. So really cool to see, and I hope to see more demos like it in the future. There still were more competitions at Outline, so let's take a look. The old school demo competition had this really cool Game Bueno entry by Chavez Exocet and Joss. Just a very simple intro, but nice to see more stuff for the Game Bueno. SMFX also did something for the Atari, a little 512-byte intro, a little intro for the Amiga as well by Desire. Sharp MZ intro inviting you to the Shadow Party happening in France. Then Jaguar ray tracing scene by 42 Bastion getting third place. Second place for the Acorn Archimedes, an invitation for field effects for all intents and purposes by Slipstream, and the winner was Junction Jive by Solar for the Game Boy Advance. They already had made Game Boy Advance last year after a few years of inactivity, and this year they did another entry, also very solid. Typical GBA demo with some 3D scenes, some 2D effects, but overall solid little GBA demo. Securable Graphics competition also had some good competition. There were a few people doing a call for works, and we see here an entry by Writer, Dangerous Noodle Wraparound by Alki, Metropolis by Aberration Creations, which looks very much like a photograph, so really cool work there. Broccolite by NR4 doing some broccoli. Dream Pond by Pestis of Brainless Coders with a nice abstract fractal work there. Also sharing in second place Pangolin by Tropical Trevor. Really nice foliage there. And Have a Seat, Make Us a Demo by Epoch won the competition with some nice references to some different demo groups there. So really cool compo overall, good participation. Let's move on to the freestyle graphics competition, where anything goes. You're not restricted to any single platform or tool. Boring Software for Boring People getting 5th place. In 4th place, Unexplained Territory by Funky Gibronimo. I guess it's a render with nice colors there. Outline 2024 by Raccoon Violet getting 3rd place. 2nd place, Rocket Ranger by Sule for a pixel artwork for the Amiga. You got the platform wrong, should have made for the Atari ST and participate on the other combo, but anything goes. And then the winner was Imitation of Life by Imagician of Bion FX with a little animated GIF there. Music competition was won by Bod, followed up by 505 and Rocco. And the photo competition was won by TMA. Let's take a look at the entries right here. That Man's Flag, Not Going to Outline by Reality, Peacock by Commander Homer, Disposable Memories by Stormcrawler. I think this was taken in Lisbon. Party Schweben by Radden being hanged by ropes there. Xeno Forever and Ever by Glue, nice little glitch effect there. Guest Man on the Stage by Dennis Van Zultgem. Also by this guy 7 in 3rd place, and Natural Spiral by Raccoon Violet in 2nd place. Nice little natural fractals there. And in 1st place, Forgotten Woman by TMA, as we mentioned, with some underwater photography. Wild Animation Compo, Pickle Indeed by Toback, who left his phone drop into the toilet apparently, and made a demo about it. Invitation to Kunstaltonal in Hamburg by nklang.net. They're organizing an art exhibition for Demoscene stuff and other stuff as well, and this is the invitation for it. Very long music disc by Q Sounds by SMFX for the Sinclair QL of all computers. I think it's the first music disc for Sinclair QL that I've ever seen or heard in this case, with some nice music on it as well. Wish You Were Here Now by Beftex getting 2nd place, and in 1st place Leviathan by Facet with this monstrous animation entry that he did. Probably made the music and the graphics for it as well, since Facet does both. I'm wondering if it had some AI elements in it. Some of it looked a bit generated, not drawn, so I'm curious about that, but it would be cool to hear about it from Facet himself. More stuff. There was also a ByteJam that happened at Outline. Alice, Aldroid, Gasman, and J-Truck testing the new version of TIC80 with some FFT integration, or a better FFT integration, and a lot of flower power on it and some FFT resonance. So check out the video for that with some DJ sounds by Dojo. So that was Outline. A lot of entries submitted this year. Was a very good year apparently for Outline, which was particularly interesting considering that they had high competition in terms of the X Demo Party also happening in Holland at the same weekend, dedicated to the Commodore 64 scene. They had very little compos as usual on Commodore 64 parties, but all of them very high quality. 4K intro competition got 4th place to our cast of Gorp, Pathfinder by Adder of Triad, using some Petsky stuff there. Solution 42 by Cycle Burner, and the winner was Soul on Fire by Quiz of Reflex. Demo competition, the main event at X Demo Party, Honor of the Geisha by Ballman getting 10th place. Then Vadertak with featuring some Gremlins. Rise Again by Ninja of the Dreams. The BYG Dots by Baby Gang. Baby Gang back in activity once again. Grady's 83% by Mayday with some reference to some vintage television there. Get in the Van by Atlantis, also very cool music disc with some Petsky artwork by Lobo and great music. So Far So Good by Slackers, also pretty solid Commodore 64 demo. Then Das Boot by Lethargy, the Hungarian legendary group. Layers by Finnish Gold, also very solid demo. And the winner was 1337 by FairLight, the Elite Hour, as we say it in Portugal, with a very good demo, a lot of high quality graphics, good music, long storytelling, very solid demo, good winner of the competitions. Congratulations, FairLight. They also had some graphics, music, and Petsky artworks. Graphics competitions at Commodore 64 parties are usually very high quality. Greetings to You by Genius, getting 9th place. Concubine by Exile of Anubis. O by Gorp, with a more conceptual piece. Motodog by Nanzi, Back in the Game by Leon, Orkumotu by Firelord of Excess, with a little reference to He-Man there, Jenny Simos by Neath of Triad, also very nice picture. In 2nd place we had Enko by Almighty God, with a very interesting aliasing there. It actually looks more ZX Spectrum, like it has this color clash sections on some place, which is interesting. Anyways, in 1st place, Phoenix by Facet of Bonsai and Genesis Project with this masterpiece. So, congratulations Facet on winning this one as well. I think he won both graphics compo on both Dutch parties at the same time, which was interesting. So congratulations Facet. Music competition was very solid as well. First place to Psycho 8580. Second place Get in the Van by Mibri with an amazing metal rock track for the Commodore 64. A Buddha and a Like by Vincenzo getting third place, and a lot of other entries. Music compo at X is also usually very good, so check it out if you like SID music. Then we had a Petsky competition to wrap things up. Color Die by Heavy Head, Futuristica by Dries of a Mid, Nasty Catzy Devilissimo by Coax Cable and Magic, X Marks the Spock by Sunday, with a reference to Star Trek there, Ibex 24 Crew by Tom 3000, Elf Girl by W.O. Char of Triad, Captain Cute by the user of Mayday, and in first place Zed's Dead by Oncho of Atlantis and the Pretzel Logic. Very cool Petsky art there as well. So that was the X demo party happening also in the Netherlands 10 to 12th of May, the highlight of the Commodore 64 scene every single year. Actually, they used to do it every 2 years, and I think they're going back to that setting. So let's wait for the next one. Other things before we wrap things up, FairLight released a demo of their demo being seen live, like recorded in the bad position, and seeing the reaction from the audience, which is always nice to have. And then I saw this thing being posted, which might be interesting for a few demo sceners, DiskFlashback. So it's a retro floppy disk software which works with Grease Weasel and a few other things. It allows you to open Amiga and Atari disk images on Windows. So you can browse the contents of the disk without having to convert them first. I don't know if there was any alternatives for this. I saw this being posted. I found it interesting and useful, and I hope you people find it useful as well. So yeah, check it out at Rob Smith Dev's channel. I think it's available for free, and I think it's also open source, if I'm not mistaken. And finally, to wrap things up, let's take a look at the demo parties that are happening. Still a lot of activity in Poland. D-Crunch is happening this very next weekend for multiple old school platforms. Then we had MoonShine Dragons also happening in Poland, but for the Commodore 64 1 week from then. At the same time, in Finland, we will have the 68K Inside, dedicated to Amiga, Atari, and all things 68K. Layer 1 and Field Effects, both of them will be happening around the same time. Both of them at hacker conferences, but in different places of the world. One of them in the United States, the other one at the EMF camp happening in England. ATK Loja, small meeting in Finland. Ami Party, a small Amiga event happening in Poland. And then at the beginning of June, we will have a Graphathon, which is very newbie-friendly demo party happening in Espoo, Finland. So go there if you would like to get started on the demo scene. Nova, at Party, Flashback Symposium, and Underground Conference are all going to be happening on the beginning or on the mid of June. Nova in the UK, at Party in Boston in the United States, and then Flashback Symposium dedicated to 8-bit machines in Plauen, and Underground Conference, the massive crazy scamp endeavor happening in Bingen am Rhein. And then a few other things happening at the end of June, but I guess we can talk about them later. Reunion happening in Sweden, AROC happening in Hungary, Posadas Party dedicated to the Amiga in Spain, and Shadow Party happening in France dedicated to multiple platforms. So all sorts of parties coming up. Summer is usual synonym for multiple demo parties happening in multiple places in the demo scene. So if you are in Europe, do consider going to your local demo party or visiting something nearby. So yeah, That's all that I wanted to talk about for you with you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with a friend if you like this video and find something useful for someone. Sharing is the best way that you can help the channel grow and keep the demo scene active and on focus on what's happening. And if you like what I've been doing with these videos, please consider supporting me through Patreon. Patreon.com/psnf. Whatever you're willing to donate would be very much welcome to keep this weekly videos happening every single day and help me build up the rest of the setup that I still need to build. Hope you liked it. See you next week. Bye bye everybody. Have a great week.